Oh, it's exciting.
Bill Whitford's case is going to the Supreme Court.
This case has gotten a lot of nationwide attention.
Whitford is the lead plaintiff in a federal lawsuit challenging Wisconsin's district maps. He and one of his lawyers, Doug Poland, visited Woodruff to talk about the case.
I'd like to talk about the lawsuit so people understand the principles that are at stake and why, regardless of whether you're a Republican or you're a Democrat or you're an independent, you should care about this issue.
Whitford and his legal team argued that district lines drawn in 2011 were unconstitutional. A federal panel of judges ruled last November in Whitford's favor.
This is only really the second time that litigants in a partisan gerrymandering claim have actually won at a trial level.
Gerrymandering refers to a political party manipulating district boundaries in its favor. That manipulation guarantees that party more seats in the legislature regardless of the amount of votes the party gets statewide. Gerrymandering doesn't get tried often because districts are usually only redrawn every 10 years after a census. Poland says this issue is particularly important in Wisconsin.
As we've seen our legislature become essentially dominated by one party that's entrenched themselves in power and made it impossible for anyone other than that particular party to have a majority in the state legislature.
The federal ruling gave Wisconsin's legislature until November of this year to create new districts. The state filed an appeal in February, taking the case to the Supreme Court.
And if we are successful in the Supreme Court, and if the trial court approves the new apportionment that the legislature drafts, that'll be the apportionment into which the 2018 legislative elections are fought.
Pam Taylor came to the event to learn more about gerrymandering. She was encouraged to see such a big crowd.
It's easy, particularly maybe up north, to be isolated and not know that there's so many other members of your community that feel this is important too.
Poland is hopeful that the Supreme Court ruling will help not just Wisconsin, but the whole country.
We're excited about the possibility that the result that we received in this case in federal court in Madison will potentially be the law that applies in the entire United States.
We're covering the news in Woodruff. Dakota Sherrick, Newswatch 12.